Last week I made a post/essay about the homogenization of tastes and preferences thanks to the internet. I argued that we're basically living in a monoculture now because the lines between what is considered mainstream and underground, especially when it comes to music, has been blurred so much. But, and you knew there was a but coming, didn't you? But at the same time, I've been noticing something happening to me as an artist, if, we're speaking about music production terms. I find that media written to describe the music I make tend to use words like experimental and avant-garde. And whilst I get that most of the time it's meant as a compliment when people describe my music as innovative, especially as a music producer, at the same time I'm also like, bro, have you heard A.G. Cook's music production? Now that shit is crazy and innovative. And A.G. Cook is literally the sound of Brat, if, we're speaking about music production terms. And the feedback that I get from the music industry about me as an artist is kind of along the same lines. They're like, oh, you're such an experimental artist. So there's a part of my cynical brain that translates this feedback about my sonic signature as a backhanded compliment, a subtle dig, if you will. Translation, the way my, paranoid mind perceives it is, you sound too weird for the mainstream and we can't make enough money off you. Now, this has caused some cognitive dissonance in me because I actually consider my sound to be sonically aligned with artists like Charlie XCX and Skrillex. Another common thread I hear about my music is that it's genre bending or that I push genre boundaries. But I'm like, look, I'm not the only artist who does that. And besides, genre is dead. If I were to be completely honest, which I am here, this cognitive dissonance has kind of been bothering me a bit and has kind of caused me to spiral in the last few days, especially with my new EP Willfire just being out. And another thing people say is that my image, that I present myself as avant-garde, and that my use of Web3, when I was releasing music NFTs, and me using AI kind of puts me in that avant-garde category. But I'm like, that doesn't mean that the music I made immediately sounds avant-garde, or does it? Now, obviously, Skrillex and Charlie XCX, they have achieved global recognition, and that's, I think, thanks to a whole range of factors, including timing and proximity to privilege. And I say this with zero shade. So does this mean that until my reach significantly expands, that I shall remain considered an underground artist or be relegated to the underground space regardless of any sonic similarities I have with, more popular artists? Or are there other cultural subtexts at play here?